You're somewhat close to Jeff now because you're dating his niece, right?
Yeah, what a turn of events. Like that was kind of crazy. I mean,
Yeah. Speaking of Emily, she on season 50, she's killing me with her and Christian, because Christian was like, she keeps like spilling the beans on like
that's
Christian's
crazy.
plans, and I'm like, Emily, come on, man.
I don't want you to panic, okay?
Okay.
You're the target. Hey, you back? Emily.
No, it is funny, and I can't help but to think I'm like, man, Emily. So like you're going off of your first time playing, and like the first time she played was when she was like teamed up with me and Drew, and then she got burned in the end. Obviously, you know, like she got sent home as like kind of like a ricochet fire, just like hit her in the end and knocked her out. And I think I'm almost like, man, is she like scarred from that? Like, is she terrified working with Christian and with Devins because she thinks that they're going to do something similar? And who knows, maybe they are. Like, so I'm that has been really fascinating to watch, because she's just like so hesitant on these two guys.
There's been a lot of good entertainment though so far with 50.
Oh, yeah.
Like Christian pooping his pants, dude. I laughed.
That was insane. Like only Christian can poop his pants and then
own it in the edit, dude.
Like save it and like be like, that's just like one thing that happened among like 5 other awesome things that like, that's not even like any other person in Survivor history. They poop their pants in a scene. That's their entire Survivor legacy. That's who
100%.
they are. That's how you remember them. But even just that one episode alone, Christian, you know, with falling down so people are distracted at the idol, and like, you know, the way he was talking to Joe behind the net. And so like there was so many iconic things that it was like, oh, and he also pooped his pants, but
yeah,
it doesn't matter.
And he's a great storyteller. I could listen to him talk all day.
No, he's amongst the very, very best. And you know who else is amongst the very best? Drew. Yes.
I knew you were
Drew
going to say that. Yeah.
I mean, like, that was one of the main reasons I was like drawn to him, was just like listening to him talk. I could like, you're miserable and you're starving and you're tired and you're stressed. I could sit and listen to that man talk like all day. And he was so funny, made me laugh so hard. He's great.
I was going to ask if you were in the running for 50.
Yeah, no, I was actually told that I specifically was blacklisted for season 50 because they didn't want to deal with that. But
you're somewhat close to Jeff now because you're dating his niece, right?
Yeah, what a turn of events. Like that was kind of crazy. I mean,
when I found out about that, I was so happy for you. And I was like, dude, that's so cool though. Like, do you see Jeff at like family Thanksgiving?
We haven't had a Thanksgiving together yet. You know, it's kind of a weird relationship in a way, because I've seen him a few times, you know, how we'll have like margaritas or pizza or whatever, but like, I'm not like hanging out with him. And I think for good reason, he keeps his distance from players because, you know, then there are a lot of issues with like, you know, like, for example, like, I don't think I can play right now again because, you know, there's a conflict of interest potentially, just because, you know, Jeff knows that I'm dating his niece, and like, you know, even though they wouldn't rig anything, like say like, you know, I do a shot in the dark and it hits, people are going to be like, wow, this is rigged, you know, whatever. Right. So I think for those reasons, and just like to keep it separate, like his friendship separate from the game, you know, we're not like hanging out all the time, just like he's not hanging out with, you know, Parvati or whoever, you know. So, I mean, obviously playing would be a lot of fun, but I do think that there's a big difference between playing with a bunch of other rookies who haven't played before and then playing a returning season. And I don't think being in a returning season will be nearly as fun. Part of the beauty of Survivor is like you get thrown into an island with a bunch of people you don't know, they don't know you, and you just have to figure it out and like duke it out from that. I think when it gets to the point where everyone knows everyone, everyone studied everyone is like, you know, pre-gaming and all that stuff too. It's like, it's a completely different game. And I think that type of game I'm much worse at. And yeah, I think like ideally, like if I were to be able to play another season, I would love to do like a captain season, or, you know, like something mixed in with other rookies, or like, you know, maybe Australian Survivor where I'm playing with a bunch of other people who like probably don't know me as well. I don't know them. I agree with that. I'm like, I'd rather just like, I'll watch returnee seasons and whatnot, but I'd much rather just watch a bunch of randoms because that's the game. Like that's one of
to me, that's one of the most compelling interesting parts of the game is just sticking these random people. And like